So Goku heads off with Whis to Beerus' planet, bringing along the Japanese treat Daifuku, much to the delight of the deities. However, when the Saiyan explains his desire for more advanced training, Whis chooses to instead refine the basics as his students now rusty from working in the farm. As Beerus is about to take a year-long nap, Goku says they should discuss the promise they made to the Omni King about holding a multiversal tournament, but the Destroyer insists on letting it go already, even more certain once Goku reveals the button Zeno gave, allowing the pair to see each other at any time. Both gods note how scary Zeno is, highlighting it stems from the very pure heart Goku also shares, but he affirms the tournament won't be anything to worry about, pondering which side of the button to press. His answer was the red one, which teleports him directly to Zeno, and at the palace, the Omni Kings are playing chess, where one of them hits a checkmate thinking he's a prime Magnus Carlsen. These pieces are actually universes, too many for their liking, where the pair ask the Grand Priest what each one's mortal levels are like, to which he states the universes have overall dropped slightly, except universes 1 and 12. With this info, the Omni Kings green light the erasure of 8 out of 12 universes, but as they're about to proceed, Goku drops into the building, reminding the Zenos of the promise to hold that multiversal tournament. Realizing they can't fulfill it if the plan goes ahead, the Omni Kings choose to spare the universes for the time being, meaning Goku had inadvertently saved them from erasure, and afterwards the Grand Priest orders for all destroyers and their attendants to arrive at the palace this instant. In Universe 10, it's Destroyer Rum she's vexed about the Zamasu situation, made worse by Goisu calling upon Beerus' aid of all people, but when they receive a call from the Grand Priest, the elephant exclaims he'll trample the Kai if the topic's about his apprentice. Meanwhile, Belmont of Universe 11's fed grapes by the jesters until Margarita urges to inform him of the recent call. For some reason, one jester had the bright idea of threatening an angel with a knife like we're in the depths of London. She's so lucky Margarita can't interfere as per the angel's code of conduct, but ended up suffering the consequences anyway by a simple Hakai from Belmod. Each universe's angel gets word of their father's request, so once the Grand Priest completes his hand signs, all destroyers, angels, and supreme Kais are summoned to the palace, bound down to their majesties the Omni Kings. Universe 11 brought a fourth person, where Belmod explains he's on the verge of retiring from the God of Destruction role and has begun training up his successor, a pride trooper named Topo. Grand Priest encourages him to work hard in this new job, and afterwards it's announced that in 5 ticks or 40 hours from now, a multiversal battle royale called the Tournament of Power will be held, in which the deities choose fighters from their homes to compete. Universe 3's Moscow was straight muttering under his breath about how little time they have to prepare, to which Zeno blankly stares at them asking if that's bad, so their angel slides in for his fellow gods, stretching the truth of how happy they are the tournament's happening so quickly. Anywho, future Zeno's bamboozled, understandably so, as the Universe 6 tournament never occurred in future Trunks' timeline. Therefore, to make the concept clearer to him, the Grand Priest switches maps with a snap of the fingers, hosting the Zen exhibition match, where all gods of destruction are called to the stage. Look at their reactions, every destroyer's face is honestly thumbnail worthy for a big hit GodTube vid. Once they all enter the ring, the Grand Priest mentions there's a reward for the victor, enforcing only a single rule. Anyone that refuses to try their hardest will be terminated altogether. Meanwhile, Goku's cheering from the sidelines, which enrages Beerus, blurting out the Saiyan's the reason it's all going down. However, in that moment, a costly mistake was made, where the other destroyers know the truth now, ready to jump Beerus once the whistle blows. Belmont even reminds everyone how close to erasure they were thanks to his antics, where Whis reveals the time Zeno held the multiversal hide and seek. Beerus fell asleep for an entire half a century, causing the tournament to be cancelled as he never came out from hiding, and this upset the Omni King, who eventually calmed down thanks to the extensive efforts of the other gods. This stress is the root cause of their hostility towards Beerus, and with all participants motivated, raring to go, the Zen exhibition match can finally commence. With the whistle gone, all destroyers immediately rush Beerus, to which this cat proceeds to dodge with such elegance, keeping calm against every deity's blows. Whis notes his disciple can sense attacks to evade automatically, referencing a certain divine technique. However, Beerus is then caught in the clutches of Moscow, showing even he hasn't fully mastered it yet. As the flock of gods rush in, Beerus makes some room for himself, vanishing in the nick of time, much to the surprise of his opponents, and the others now clock the cats flown to the sky, prepared to unleash a devastating combo. When they ascend, it turns out his twin brother was sent to the stars, whereas Beerus chose to lie low in cover prior to releasing a powerful ki blast that punishes the deities for not using their eyes properly. Luckily for them, Universe 9 Sidra was a monster group protecting them all with his trusty barriers, but once he disables it, the god gets kicked right in the lobe, crashing down into one of the floating platforms. The one who struck was none other than Belmod, insisting that friendly fire will be tolerated to win this thing, and once this happens, the clown levitates all contestants into the air, creating key cards between his fingers that shower down across every inch of the stage. No one has the countermeasures for such a move except Universe 8's Liqueur. He literally pulls out the Nine Tails, all to fire Vegeta's technique, which much to my shock was super effective. Smoke surrounds the field, enabling Helles to sneak in with a bow and arrow on the fox. Shame he didn't have a shield equipped. And at the other end, Rumshi unleashes a bellowing roar that paralyzes all the gods of destruction. Upon hearing it, your nervous system goes into shutdown from the lungs on the elephant, and as a result, Rumshi can stomp through without any problem, smacking away any destroyers in his path, including this Karibo looking one. At this point, there's so much carnage that Goku can't keep track anymore, which both Zenos also agree with, finding the chaotic mess to be boring. Anyway, the match's climax leaves only Beerus and Quatella remaining, eager to settle their long-awaited beef. So as a final hoorah, Tom and Jerry rush at light speed to knock each other out. However, the finale comes to a grinding halt when the Grand Priest blocks both their fists merely with his indexes. Their battle was too intense for the Zenos to enjoy, and therefore all destroyers are disqualified, meaning the match has been cancelled altogether, enabling the angels to step in and heal their gods back to full.